Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at the Super Gobots stacks. And obviously, due to his name, he's a semi-truck. He did have smokestacks that would become his guns. I don't have them. You can tell that one is broken off in that rectangular port. Um, so I've looked at a Gobot before, Psykill, and he's also a Super Gobot because he's bigger. Um, So I really like I really like Stacks. I love his truck mode. I think it's a Mac, and it's very realistic. A lot of the details on him. I really like the stickering detail. Would love this guy to get like that company Action Toys, how they do the Machine Robo toys. I would love to, and obviously he was imported by Tonka from Machine Robo. Bandai made them. I would love to see Action Toys make this toy, make Stacks, or I can't remember his Japanese name, something like weird, but I would love to see them make this guy, or like retool some Transformers toy into Stacks. I would love it. But yeah, I really like his semi mode. But yeah, I like him. The look of him, I like the colors, and he's got a very fun and addictive transformation. So let's just get into it. So I'm gonna flip him over, and these will become the legs. All the silver that will become the legs is all die cast. So just flip that leg down, and then this is on a pin, and it's gonna slide over. So yeah, this side, it's like stuck for mine, like it's just worn out and stuff, or this, I don't know what would be wrong with it, but it just doesn't like to come out come out anymore. So I'm just gonna do that off camera. Okay, so got his leg down. What I did, if you have the same problem, I would just take a small little screwdriver, or like a pick, if you have like a tiny little metal pick, or a toothpick maybe, and just touch it in that thing. You see that little like round little like bar thing that I'm pointing out? Maybe you can't, but that's what retains the leg in place. So if yours is like stuck on either one of them, I suggest just going in there, because it's spring. If there's a spring on, pushing it up to give it the like tolerance. Just go in there with something thin and just push it, and then just flip them upside down, and the gravity will do the rest. Or it did it for mine, so you might have to like fiddle around with your fingers to flip it down with your other hand. But so you're gonna come back here to the back. You're gonna flip the wheels in and bring all that down. So I'm gonna raise the camera up a teeny tiny bit. So the arms, you're going to extend them, swing them out and down, bring them out like so, and then you're just gonna unpeg them, and they're on double joints, so sometimes they like to get like locked up and binded up, so I just like to just fiddle with them, or obviously just help it out and fold them out. Obviously they're loose, but whatever. And now for the head, you just shift that forward and bring it up, and that's his face. So just gonna scoot him back. And something to be note of, he has a lot of weight pushing. He has a lot of weight down in his legs, so he can stand up. You can just set him down a lot. But sometimes, if you set him down, he'll fall over because he has no heels. Obviously, he has a tiny bit of a heel jutting out, but he doesn't really have a very pronounced heel. So sometimes this guy will fall over. Obviously, he is, he's from 1984, and he's got this stupid solid plastic that could probably be hit by a nuclear bomb and wouldn't be destroyed. So that that's, you don't have to worry about him falling over because he won't more than likely will not break. But I'm just saying, you know, yours might fall over, mine has fallen over, but whatever. And I just want to talk really quick before I get into the robot mode about his head his head to get it back down to take him back into truck mode. Really, typically I have to fiddle with it. I have to, just fiddle around. Whatever. Typically, I just have to fiddle around with it until it just works. So, obviously, Stacks is going to be annoying and completely not do what he does 90% of the time on camera. But whatever. Just trust me. There's no real way to describe how to put the head back. Just fiddle with it. It will basically just fit. Oh, there he goes. And it also doesn't help that the ankles, due to sensitive transformation joint, they're a little loose. But whatever. For the head, when you're transforming it back, there's no real way for me to describe how it works. Just you're gonna have to play with it, figure it out. Yeah, that's really it. It's just play with it until you get it. So, and so yeah. And he's got arms, he has elbows, he has a little bit of this, and he obviously has swivels. But, basic stuff for articulation. And for how dumb his look is, not basically having a face, just two windshields with just the windshield. I love him. I love him, man. Just like all the 70s mecha anime robots. They're so dumb. They're so cool though. They're just weird and cool, and he is definitely rocking the truck, if you know what I mean. He is showing off that he has a truck for a stomach. Literally. And I love that about him. He just looks like an average Joe. He, you can tell that this guy purely hauls stuff. He's no warrior. He's just carrying stuff for the Guardians or whoever he fights for. That's it. And I love that about him. He's just some pudgy little trucker, skinny legs, big upper torso, big arms, broad shoulders, big belly. I haven't even thought about that until just looking at him right now, is that he is totally the epitome of what his vehicle mode is. And I love that. And his transformation, I remember he sat on my table, the table beside the chair that I sit in for at least 2 weeks because his transformation was that addictive. It's just so incredibly fun. And for not being too much money for his era, I'd easily get this guy. Yeah, I really, really like this guy. I love his aesthetic in both modes. I love his truck. I love his robot. I absolutely adore his transformation. And he doesn't have the worst articulation. Obviously, you can find stiff spots, but really his joints are loose because they're transformation joints, so they're not too tight. When Optimus Prime, just comparing Stacks to Optimus, they're similar sizes. Optimus, he doesn't have very many transformation joints that are actually articulation points. When him, all of this stuff is articulation points, so he's fairly floppy. Granted, he's 40 years old, but still, it probably would have definitely helped if he had, if the joints that were articulation points weren't transformation joints. But I really like this guy. If you find this guy at a garage sale, a flea market, eBay, wherever, if it's the Japanese version, if it's the American version, or if it's just some weird recolor of him, I don't know if those exist, but I'm just saying if you do, get him. He's just super, super fun. You probably won't be getting him for more than, like $60 to $100 if he's complete, with his trailer and all that. With his trailer, I know that he runs like 60 to 100, but just by himself like this, he's like 20. So I highly, highly recommend getting this guy. He's just super, super cool, super, super fun. Just his transformation alone and his style, man. You can't get anyone else with this sort of style other than Stacks and a couple of the other super GoBots. So that's all I got. So until next time, see ya.